What if I told you that there is never gonna be an altcoin season? What if I told you that Ethereum will go down, the altcoins will go down, and only Bitcoin will go up this time? What if I told you that this bull market will be completely different? Alright guys, I was just joking. As much as I wish to say that I know what's gonna happen for sure, I don't. No one knows what's gonna happen, we all just make predictions. And the goal of this video is not for me to make a prediction. The goal of this video is for me to show you how you can analyze what has happened in the previous market cycles and what is happening now, so that you can make your own prediction and make an informed decision if you're gonna invest in Bitcoin, if you're gonna invest in altcoins, if you're gonna trade Bitcoin, if you're gonna trade altcoins. This is the chart that we're gonna be using for our analysis, and if you watch this video until the very end, I will show you how to have this same chart. Now let's dive straight into the game. What's on the chart? Well, there are 5 things. We have the Bitcoin price. You see these candlesticks here, these Japanese candlesticks. This is the Bitcoin price. Then we have the Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance is this red line which you can see right here. Then we have the Ethereum against BTC pair. This is the blue line which you can see. Then we have the other coins dominance, others dominance. This is basically the dominance of all cryptocurrencies excluding the top 10. So if we switch to CoinMarketCap for a moment, this is basically the dominance of all these coins right here that you guys like to invest in, all these altcoins. Lastly, this green line right here, this is the Ethereum dominance. Okay, so to figure out what is very likely to happen next, we have to first identify where we are now in regards to the current market cycle, and then to do an analysis to figure out what has happened in the past at that exact point that we are now. In order to do that, first we want to hide all these things and we want to look only at the Bitcoin price. So what you're gonna see is that we are right now breaking above the previous all-time high. So if we put a horizontal line here at the all-time high, you can see that we are below it right now, but we broke a little bit above it. So that's where we are. Basically, the bulls are trying to break above this resistance, right, and to continue to the upside. So when you do an analysis, that's the first step. Identify where we are in the current market cycle. Now, the next thing that you have to do is to go in the past and figure out what has happened during that same time. So the last stop of the bull market was in December 2017. Then in December 2020 we were at this exact same spot, right? You see how the bulls were trying to break above this all-time high. So in the past cycle, this is the exact same spot that we are right now. But we don't only want to look at one example, we want to look at more examples. So let's do that for the cycle before that, right? So in November 2013, the high here was like $1,160, right? And around February 2017 we were at that exact point, right? You see how Bitcoin made a new all-time high, then it went down, right, and it went actually below this level right here, which is exactly what we are seeing right now. We now have 2 points in the past that we want to do an analysis on and see what happened at the time, so that we can anticipate what's gonna happen now here. And to do that, we actually have to bring back everything. We're gonna start with the Bitcoin dominance. Let's see what happened to the Bitcoin dominance right after Bitcoin broke above this previous all-time high. So in this case, as you guys can see, the dominance started to gradually go down. By the time Bitcoin made a new all-time high right here, the dominance was already going down fast, and it continued to go down during this whole bull market. In fact, what you're gonna see is that shortly after Bitcoin made the top here at $20,000, the dominance hit the bottom. It hit pretty much the lowest point ever. Here is the scale for the dominance, right? So if I point my mouse here, you guys can see here the number. So the dominance went down to 37%. Compare this to now, the dominance right now is at 55%. And compare this to where the dominance was when Bitcoin was trying to break this all-time high, the dominance was at like 95%. Now if we fast forward to the next cycle right here, what you're gonna see is a very similar picture, right? You see that right after Bitcoin broke above this all-time high, the dominance started to go down, right? At this point right here, actually Bitcoin was like 50% above the previous all-time high. Bitcoin was at $30,000. Right at that point, the dominance started to go down, so the dominance was at 71%. During this whole move up, right, the dominance actually went down to 40%. So we have two examples of a very similar situation that we are in right now, and in both examples, the Bitcoin dominance started to go down shortly after Bitcoin broke the previous all-time high. Now, if this same thing happens, right, or a similar thing happens, then Bitcoin will continue its way up, and eventually when it goes a little bit higher, the dominance will start going down and the dominance will also be higher. Now, why is this so important? Well, this is so important because this shows you when is the best time to trade altcoins, right? So for example, if we add here the Ethereum against Bitcoin pair, you can see that when the Bitcoin dominance is going down, what is happening to the Bitcoin to Ethereum against Bitcoin, right? Ethereum against Bitcoin is taking a market share, and that's not only Ethereum against Bitcoin. Let's add here the others. You will see this same pattern, right? So dominance of the other altcoins is also going up, just like the Ethereum against Bitcoin. And this is probably what most of you guys are interested in, because I think most of you are buying all these random altcoins, right? So this is actually what you have to be looking at, the others dominance, right? Again, when the Bitcoin dominance is going down, it means that Ethereum as well as the altcoins are taking piece of the pie, right? They are taking their market share, and this is actually the best time to buy and hold altcoins and to trade altcoins. You will make extraordinary gains if you participate when this is happening, right? So again, Bitcoin is around the all-time high, it's breaking it, the dominance starts going down, the altcoins and Ethereum against Bitcoin are going up. If we actually add the Ethereum dominance, but we didn't have history for Ethereum dominance at this exact point right here, but if we had the Ethereum dominance was going up as well, right? So let's move to the next cycle to see if this exact same thing happened. Bitcoin is around the previous all-time high, it's breaking above it, the dominance starts going down, the altcoins dominance is going up. You guys can see that this same thing happened during the past cycle as well. The Ethereum dominance and the Ethereum against Bitcoin went up also, but then there was a correction. However, after this correction, it continued to go up and made a higher high, right? So you see that this is the previous high of the Ethereum dominance, which was like 17%. You can see it right here. This is the Ethereum dominance. It was 17%, then it went down to 11%, then it went all the way up to 20%. And this is where we are right now. And of course, the Ethereum against Bitcoin pair did this same thing, right? It made a high, then it made a higher low, and then a higher high. Now, fast forward to where we are right now. Is this same thing gonna happen? Well, at this point, there is no way to know for sure. But by looking at this chart, you guys can see if and when it starts happening, right? So you can, the first thing that you're gonna see is that the Bitcoin dominance is gonna start going down, and then the Ethereum dominance and the Ethereum against BTC, they will start going up. The altcoins dominance will start going up as well, right? By the way, you can see that the Ethereum against Bitcoin, the Ethereum dominance is still going down. It's going down fast, right? You see it's making lower lows and lower highs. It's also important to know that this time it might be completely different, right? What happened in the past, it might not happen now. Instead of trying to make predictions what's gonna happen 6 months from now, what you guys have to do is just keep an eye on this chart. This chart will always help identify what is happening right now, and you will also be able to identify when things are turning around, right? You will be able to identify when the dominance starts going down, when this thing starts going up, and that's when it will be the best time to get into altcoins, right? For now, obviously, the best thing is to hold Bitcoin, because you see that everything else against Bitcoin is going down, so Bitcoin is outperforming everything at the moment. Is this gonna change? Well, there is no way to know at that point, but when it starts changing, we will know by looking at this chart. Now, having said all of that, let me show you how to get this same chart. So I'm using the TradingView platform. You probably already have an account on this platform. So now what you have to do is to open the Bitcoin chart, and I normally use the 3-day chart, right? But you can use the 3-day time frame, but you can use other time frames as well. And the next thing that you have to do is to start adding all of these things to your chart, and you do this by clicking this button right here, this plus like button, compare or add symbol. So click this, and the first thing that you want to search for, you can search for BTC dominance, and you will find this BTC.D symbol. So instead of clicking it, you want to go right here and click new price scale. The next thing that you want to add is Ethereum BTC. This is the Ethereum against Bitcoin pair. So again, instead of clicking on the symbol, you go right here and you click on new price scale. Then you search for others and you have to find others ... This is the dominance of the altcoins, right? So again, you go and click on new price scale. And lastly, you search for Ethereum dominance, which is this Ethereum.d, and you add new price scale. The last thing that you can do if you want is to change your colors, right? If you want to have the same colors like the one that I used for this video, the BTC dominance red, then you will open this menu, you will find the BTC dominance, you will click on the settings, you will click on line, you will change it to red. Then you will go to Ethereum against BTC pair, which is blue. You will go to the menu, click on the line, change it to blue, hit OK. For others dominance, we use orange, so change this to orange, hit OK. And Ethereum dominance, we use green. That's it, hit OK. So if you guys want to learn more tricks like this, if you want to learn more about how I trade and how I get these results, by the way, my trading is completely automated. I use trading bots. The bots are analyzing the markets, they are executing the trades, they are placing stop losses, applying risk management. The bots are doing pretty much everything. What I'm earning is 100% passive income. So if you want to learn more about these things, you can visit our website. You just have to open Google and type satsincome.com. There is also gonna be a link in the description. We have some free courses for you guys where you can learn a lot. That's pretty much it for this video. I would appreciate if you hit the like button, and also you can subscribe for more content like this. It's completely free. It costs you nothing. Talk to you soon again. Boy B is checking out.